I'm Rachel from Design. So let's start with our feet together. Turn your heels out to the corners of the room, hands to the feet to follow. Have a look down and check that your feet are hip distance apart and parallel. Soft through the knees, bring your hands to your hips, sending your hips back and forwards for pelvic tilt, sending your hips all the way back and forwards. Shoulders stay still, just the pelvis moves. Like you're drawing a little line underneath yourself with your tailbone. All the way back, forwards. If you imagine all the way back as 10, all the way here to 0, please find 5 anywhere point between the two. Straighten the knees, bring your hands to your outside ribs. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Yeah, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Arms down by your sides, roll your shoulders. And imagine you've got a golden thread in the base of your skull, pulling you up nice and tall. Turn your head side as far as possible. And then down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling. Bring your head to neutral, bring your hands to your shoulders, circle the elbows around, keep the navel pulled in towards your spine. You can get your elbows to meet in the middle. And reverse the direction of your circle. Pull your fingertips together, elbows wide, soft through the knees, twisting around side to side, just as far as you can in your spine. And back to center. Hands to the hips. If you need to go to the wall for balance, please do. Otherwise, you're going to take one leg up. If you're spongy in that, you might find the balance is harder. And then circle the hip open. And then reverse direction. Holding the leg up, you can flex the foot. And gently place it down. Other leg is up, circle the hip open. And reverse direction. Holding that point and flex the foot. And gently place it down. Coming to the top of your mat. We're going to take a big step back with either leg, pick a leg. Try and square off your hips. Your hip bones are both facing forwards. Imagine you've got headlights on your hip bones and they're both facing forwards. And then take the arms up and overhead. You should get a bit of a stretch in the hip flexor on the back leg. And then step forward, step back with the other leg, arms go overhead. Be careful if you're wearing socks. Maybe up to you. If you want to keep them on, just be mindful that will increase your slip risk. So be careful, please. And back. One more each side. Well done. And back. And then coming to a Pilates V with the feet. So the heels are together, the toes are apart. Remember the golden thread, hands to the hips, chest is nice and open. Rising up slowly and lowering slowly. Rising, lowering, rising, lowering. Nice and straight legs, rising. Keep breathing. Come out as high as you can on those toes. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the hold, take the arms to a cactus position, elbows as high as the shoulders, and then you're going to close and open, close and open. Get up high on those tiptoes if you can. Close and open. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms down. Coming back to the top of your mat. We're going to Take a big step back with the right foot. Squaring off the hips again. Get low into the legs, as low as you can. With the front leg, you want your knee to be over your ankle, not too far forward or too far back. The knee is positioned over the ankle. The harder, the lower you get into the legs, the harder it's going to be. So we're going to take the left arm down to a V position. Palm is facing forwards. Up to a T. Up to a Y. To a T. V. And L. So keep the arms straight. You can feel like you're gliding down a plane on the runway, but go with it. Let's go with a V, T, and Y, T, V, and L, V, T, Y, T, V, L. Keeping the arms straight, palm facing forwards. Then I'm going to take the arm all the way up in a semicircle, and then all the way down. Your legs should be starting to burn. All the way up, down, up, down, for 3, for 2, and 1. Excellent. You can go a step forward. Take a step back with your right foot. So again, squaring up the hips, so you're not shifting over to one side. The lower you get to the legs, the harder it's going to be in the work you're going to do. The left arm down by your side now. The right arm, palm faces forwards. Check your knees over your ankle on that front leg. The arms down to a V, T, Y, T, V, L, V, T, Y, T, V, L, V, Y, T, L, and then we're going to go all the way up, semicircle, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, and then step forward. Take your left leg up, hold, keep the tummy pulled in, and then we're going to circle the arms back behind you. Then take the leg behind you, and circle the arms forward. Very good, take that leg down, let's change sides, right leg up, circle the arms back, keep the arms straight if you can, take the leg back behind you, and circle the arms forward. Well done. Never have too much balance in life, so it's always good to practice. Well done, and gently place it down. Let's go to the back of the mat. Take the feet to your hips, parallel. Have a rest if you like. You know, just chill out for the next one now. Let's pull your shoulders. Big breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Tuck your chin to your chest and start to roll down the spine, one vertebra at a time. Nice and smoothly, keeping a C curve through the spine all the way. Pause at the bottom, let your head and your arms be heavy. And then roll back up the way you came. Nice and smoothly. Roll the shoulders. You're going to do it again. This time, really notice the weight distribution between your feet. You might find you instinctively lean more into one foot. Try and redress the balance as we roll down. Be mindful of our weight in our feet. So big breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, rolling down. Usually lean towards the dominant side. If you're right-handed, you'll probably be leaning a little bit more to your right side. Pausing at the bottom. And then you're going to bend the knees as much as you need to get your hands flat on the floor, so really deep bend into the knees. Walk your hands forward into a plank position, spread the fingers wide. If you need to take your knees down, you can. Otherwise, we're going to stay up in the plank, straight through the legs. Hips are low, tummy is pulled in. Push the ground away into your hands. Hold. 5, 4, 3, down into the mat to stretch out the front of your shoulders. Excellent. Coming forwards, come to lie down on your front. Take your feet to hip distance apart and take your elbows underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes like crazy, just pressing the hips down into the mat. And then if you can, straighten the arms, even just a little bit, so you can press yourself up, come into a back extension. Don't worry if you can't, and please don't force it. If it feels painful, then come back down. But if it feels okay, then excellent. And then gently lower the elbows, come to lie all the way down. Take your arms to shoulder distance apart out in front of you. Big breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, we're going to float the arms and the legs up off the mat. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. One more exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Take your hands, so you put one hand on top of the other with your elbows wide, and just rest your head down on your little pillow that you made for yourself. Squeezing the glutes. We're going to take the feet in together, take the legs together. And now we're going to lift the legs up off the mat as much as you can. Really squeeze the glutes. And then we're going to kick the legs in and then straighten. Then change the side that your head is resting. So we're going to kick, and down, and change. Keep squeezing the glutes. Lift, kick, and in. And change, lift, kick, and down. And change, squeeze the glutes, lift, kick, and down. And change two more, kick, and down. Change one more time, lift, kick, down. And change, excellent. Taking the arms back, separate the feet to hip distance. So we're going to go for breaststroke, which I'm sure you're familiar with in the pool. Now you can feel really silly doing it on dry land, but it's going to be very good for your back, so we're going to go for it. So we're going to take the chest and the arms up as you breaststroke all the way. So really squeeze the glutes and feel those shoulder blades squeeze together at the back of the movement. Well done, nice and smoothly does it. Putting those elbows high. Excellent work. Well done. Well done. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest down for just a moment. Big breath in and out. Squeezing the glutes, push the hips down into the mat, take the arms outstretched, and rise up, and we're just going to hold. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press the hands down, pushing up into your 4-point kneel. So you may be familiar with cat-cow, if you've ever done yoga. We're going to skip the arch and just go from neutral spine position, so here, into a rounding position on the exhale. So we inhale to flat back, exhale to rounding. Exhale, moving in your own time, your own pace. Well done. Keep going. And 1. And then coming down, let's lie down on your right hand side. You can either have your head resting on your arm or up in your hand, depending on what feels more comfortable for you. So the legs are bent to about a 45-degree angle, so somewhere between being all the way in all the way straight. Try and step your hips onto the other knee, so you can feel your knees are together, your feet are together, ankle bones touching. Pulling the tummy in, so you feel like it's a gap between your waist and the floor, so it's not just kind of relaxing down. And your hips are going to want to roll backwards for this next part of the session. Try not to let them, so you can have your hand on your hips to gently remind them not to roll back. So keeping the feet together, you're going to open the knee and close the knee. So if you get your hip up, if you get your knee up really high, it may mean that your hip is rolling back. You don't want to let it. And loving reminder to keep your navel joined to your spine for this exercise. Nice and smooth movement. Well done, everyone. Keep going and come around the chest dips. Good. Couple more. Well done. And relax. Now going to float the feet up and repeat. So keeping the feet together, opening the knee, closing the knee. Keeping that leg drawn in. Well done. Keep going. Nice and smooth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently resting down. Now I'm going to go knee to knee, toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. It's really smooth movement, smooth, slow. You should feel your hip rotating in its socket. I'm sorry if that gives you the way to say that. That's a good movement to do. Well done. Knee to knee, toe to toe. 1, 3, 2, and 1. I'm looking at everybody's favourite circle around. So think of your circle really slow. Keep the knees still, and it's circling like a 3D ball rather than circling forward like you're on a bike. We're going the other direction. We're drawing a big old 3D circle. That hips going wild and it's up here. Nice and smooth, reverse direction. Slow it down, slow it down. Well done. Slow it down. 2, and 1 down. Confirming next one. Excellent. Let's roll over to the other side. Head and feet in the hand, down on your arm, and legs bent to 45 degrees. Stack your knees and ankles. Your ankle bones should be touching. Your hips are one on top of the other. Gently place your hand behind your back, so make sure those hips don't roll back as you lift the knees. So keeping the navel drawn in, you're going to lift and lower. Keeping the feet together, open the knee, close the knee. Well done. You can come around and check next again. You might find it's harder on one side than the other, don't worry, that's very normal. Well done. That's it. Well done. Well done. Hold that position now. Open the knee. And roll back to the next exercise. That's it, you've got it in front of you. Well done. Keep going. Keep going. go. Knees in, toe to toe. Knees in, toe to toe. Toe to toe. Knees in, toe to toe. Keep going nice and smooth, slow. Keep the navel drawn in. Toe to toe. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go for the circle, smooth and slow. So imagine you're drawing a circle with your knee, trying to keep nice and stable. Well done. Well done. Keep going. Keep going. Reverse the direction. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release it down. Come to lie down on your back. So the feet are in. Well done. So we'll go for a couple of spine curls. So tuck your tailbone under to start the movement, and then start to peel your spine up off the floor, coming up into a shoulder bridge, pushing into the heels, sending the hips high, and then gently rolling back down on an inhale. So you exhale to tilt the tailbone to initiate peeling up, and inhale down. Exhale out. And inhale down. And then coming up, we're going to hold. So holding the hips high, really squeezing into the glutes and pushing into the heels. You can either stay here if you want a bit of a challenge. You're going to step one leg up, keep the knee bent. Gently lower it down and change sides. So the key is to really push into the heel of the foot that's down to keep the hips high and level. Very, very slow knee march. Slow and controlled. Well done. Keep going. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll back down. Take a moment to recover. Now we're going to start with the arms down. As you peel up into your spine curl, take the arms overhead. And then as you come down, the arms go in line with the body. So as you rise up, the arms go overhead. And as you come down, the arms come down. Try and keep your ribcage closed in, your navel drawn in. Moving everything in synchronicity. A couple more. Well done. Final time up. We're going to hold, push into the heels, squeezing the hips high. Really, really high. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll back down. Taking the knees into tabletop position. So we've got the knee above the hip. Pull your navel down towards your spine, and we want to make sure the lower back stays in contact with the mat. So if you feel that it starts to arch, kind of press your hips, bring your hips towards your shoulders. I know that's obviously impossible, but just a little movement is huge to give you the idea if that's what we're trying to do, to flatten that lower back. So keep the navel drawn in. Point the toes, and we're going to go for toe taps. So we're bringing the leg down towards the floor. The main thing to think is keep the knees still. The movement comes from the hip. So we're lowering from the hip and then back up. If your back wants to arch, please don't take your leg as low. Only take your leg as low as you can without your lower back arching. Keep the toes pointed. We're going to inhale to go down, exhale to come up. Inhale down, exhale up. Anyone looking for extra challenge, you can take your hands to the sides of your head and bring your head and shoulders up. You can also interlace your fingers behind your head and let your head be heavy in your hands so you know your neck isn't doing the work. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you've got your head up, take it down. Squeeze the legs together, keep them in tabletop, really, really squeeze them together. Now we're going to straighten and bend. Keep the navel pulled in, keep the legs as straight as you can. Squeeze them together, straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a little rock side to side. And then taking hold of one knee just underneath the knee, elongate the other leg to about 45 degrees. So the lower you have the leg, the harder this is going to be. So if you start to pull your back up, so you can then take the leg a little bit higher. Reach really long through the leg, and then we're going to change. Single leg stretch. You want to keep the torso really still with this. Keep breathing. Keep pulling your navel in. The lower you take the leg, the harder it's going to be. If you're still finding this very easy, then take your hands behind your head, bring your head and shoulders up. Keep drawing the navel down. Keep breathing, pushing along with the leg. Hold on. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Straightening out the legs, crossing at the ankles, keep a bend in the knees. We're going to do roll over prep. So use your hands and your arms to press down into the ground. And you're going to use your stomach muscles and your arms to lift the hips up. Try to make it a really slow, smooth movement. So keep the navel drawn in. Well done. A little lift of the hips. Keep breathing. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncross, recross with the other leg on top. And repeat. Keep the navel drawn in, little lift of the hips. Well done. Keep going. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your legs back to tabletop. Stretch the arms out to the sides. And then very gently rolling your knees over to one side. Try and keep your opposite shoulder down on the floor. Take the knees over and then enjoy the twist. Let's take the legs back up to center and then take them the other way, keeping the opposite shoulder down. And back to center. Coming to lie on your left hand side, bending the legs to 90 degrees. Arms out in front of you. So make sure you've got enough space if your head is facing the wall. You're going to take the arm all the way overhead. So keeping your fingertips down on the ground, we're going to trace a rainbow or an arc or whatever semicircle all the way overhead, keeping the arm straight. And when the arms are outstretched, taking the arm across the body. Well done. Trying to keep the arms straight and the fingers grazing the ground all the way to open up the chest. right hand side. Bending the knees in and the same thing on the other side. And tracing all the way around. Well done. Final rotation. And then push yourself up to seated. Take your feet together. If your knees are quite high up, then hold onto your ankles and use your elbows to push them down. Feet together. That's it. If your knees are already quite low, then you can take hold of your feet and bring your body forwards, leading the chest, not the nose. So the neck stays in line with the spine to avoid kind of crunching it down. Leading with the chest. Let's take the legs out in front of you. Bending one leg in. Flexing the foot on the leg that's long. Really straighten this leg by squeezing the thigh muscle. And then lean forwards. Take a hold of your shin wherever you can get, but the main thing is to keep the leg straight. So it doesn't matter if your hands are by your knee. The main thing is to keep the leg straight and then go forwards. So really straighten the front leg. Keep the foot flexed. And then lead with the chest. And gently coming back up, let's change sides. Other leg out, other leg in. Flexing the foot, straightening that front leg. Really straighten it. It's much better that you're higher up with a straight leg and forwards with a bent leg. So make sure that front leg is really straight. That's it, perfect. And then lean forwards. And gently release. Let's come to kneeling. Take one leg forward and have the hands down. So we want to take the back leg back as far as you can get it. And then you can either keep your hands down, but try not to collapse too much into the chest. So try to bring your shoulders back. Or you can bring your hands up onto your knee to stretch out the hip flexor on the back leg. If you don't feel it so much, take the back leg back further. And then you'll take your hands down, gently push yourself out. Straightening the front leg, flexing the foot. Main thing is to keep this leg straight and then folding forwards over it. You want this front leg straight, foot is flexed. You might need to come up a bit higher if you're not able to straighten the leg. If you are, then please lean forwards, lean with the chest, or a pillar, hamstring stretch. Gently then to release. Take the leg back, other leg forwards, coming down, taking the back leg back as far as you can, and then either staying with your hands down or coming up, stretch out on the other side. Taking the hands down, Straightening that front leg, tossing them up towards the ceiling, and then leaning forward if you can. Really keep that front leg straight and flex the foot. So opposite the foot. And then gently bend and come up to standing. Feet hip distance apart and parallel. Interlace the fingers behind the back in a way that feels wrong. So whichever is the non-dominant hand, use that one. And then you're going to straighten the arms and take the arms and hands away from the body. Really push the chest forwards and up towards the ceiling for a good chest stretch. Hinging forwards at the hips, take the hands up towards the ceiling. Lower the arms, bend at the elbows, take a hold of the back of your legs. Straighten the legs and use the resistance to pull your chest towards your thighs. Try not to let the head be heavy. And gently release, rolling back up. Standing. Shoulders. If you're a bit knackered, go to the wall, come up with balance here, you can stretch out the quads. Balance is always harder at the end of the class. I'm running a bit tight. Try and get your knees parallel. Remember the golden thread, try and stay upright. And then release, change sides. The leg comes up. And gently release. Feet and hips apart. Take one arm up and overhead for a tricep stretch. Try and create some space for your head so you're not shoving your head forwards. Changing sides. And then take the arm forward. Stretching out the shoulder. And the other side. And release, roll your shoulders. Shake your wrists. Shimmy your body. Have a lovely evening. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much.